This Guy's Garage. Like and subscribe.
I was moments away from holding a massive 1,000-person rally of common sense Nova Scotians to axe the tax. The Prime Minister heard the news. He was huddled up in a ball in the fetal position, sweating bullets as Liberal MPs pounded on his office door asking for some relief. But only some relief came, Mr. Speaker, not for everyone everywhere. Will I need to hold massive axe the tax rallies in every Liberal riding to finally do away with it?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This government has developed and will be rolling out a plan to deploy heat pumps, free heat pumps in Atlantic Canada and across the country. It will address affordability issues, put more money back in the pockets of Canadians, and actually help us to address climate change, something that the opposition members seem to ignore on an ongoing basis.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Admitted that he's not worth the cost by announcing that he would pause his carbon tax for some people on some fuels for some period of time. And then his Rural Affairs Minister said that other Canadians could have had the same pause, but for the fact that they didn't elect Liberals. Apparently we're going to have different tax rates in different constituencies depending on how people vote. Why is it, Mr. Speaker, that the Liberal MPs in Thunder Bay, North Bay, Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, other freezing cold communities are not getting the same break? Is it because their local Liberal MP is utterly useless?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Certainly it is very important that we are addressing both affordability concerns and fighting climate change across this country. The heat pump program, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition, if he'd done his homework, would know applies across the country. It actually will help to ensure that we are reducing the costs of home heating, oil heating in every province and territory while continuing to address climate change in a thoughtful way.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
That is hot air in cold weather. Just today, the snow started falling in cold Ottawa. Edmonton's also cold. It has Liberal MPs. Winnipeg, they call it Winterpeg for a reason. People there are forced to pay tax on natural gas. All these cities have Liberal MPs. The Prime Minister claims that he only backed down on the carbon tax for some Canadians because of the advocacy of terrified Liberal members. So is he really saying that Liberal MPs in the areas where this pause does not apply are totally useless and will never be able to defend Canadians heating their homes?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition knows that Canadians who live in jurisdictions where the price on pollution applies get over $1,000 a year from the Government of Canada to fight climate change. When it comes to the Conservatives, they want to take that $1,000 out of the pockets of Canadians, Mr. Speaker. Our climate policy has resulted in 53 megatons being removed. That's the equivalent of 11 million cars a year. Mr. Speaker, while they keep their heads in the sand and pretend that climate change isn't real, we're going to fight climate change and we're going to help Canadians with affordability. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
On home heating only benefits Canadians that live where Liberals need to save their seats. All Canadians need some relief when it comes to the cost of home heating.
Liberal NDP government is finally saying the quiet part out loud. They admitted that their carbon tax makes life more unaffordable and does nothing to help the environment. But only certain people get relief. Those who happen to live in places where Liberal polling numbers are the worst. Everyone else gets told that their vote doesn't matter and that they don't care. If the Liberals can take the carbon tax off for some Canadians, why can't they take it off for all Canadians?